Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wild. Today we are talking about thank you $1 tipper. Driver eats DoorDash customers' Arby's order after they tip $1. Okay, let's be clear right off the bat. It is never okay to eat a customer's order. I'm a little surprised that this guy is doing this because he has gone viral multiple times before exposing all of the no-tip orders, which then begs the question, why did he take a $1 order to begin with? So with that said, I want to go over what is being said in this article, how it actually is for gig workers, customers, and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. In a viral TikTok video, a DoorDash driver eats a customer's Arby's order because they tipped just $1. Again, most people should just decline orders they would never want to deliver anyway, not do anything like that. There are plenty of DoorDash drivers who are quick to call out poor tippers on social media and the consequences that come with being miserly with gratuity. In some instances, deliveries that don't have tips associated with them simply aren't picked up, as drivers believe their time could be better spent completing orders for customers who are promising higher payouts. And then there are drivers who complete deliveries for patrons who don't tip, but find subtle ways of getting back at them, like dropping their food on the ground instead of gently placing it there. There's a lot of drivers who will call out other customers on social media for not tipping. Personally, I believe that you don't tell people who don't normally tip to start tipping because those customers cause bad ratings, contract violations, and treat us like garbage, putting our accounts in danger for multiple reasons. So let them choose not to tip so we can tell the difference upon acceptance. But then you have the opposite approach. They will take the no-tip customers' orders simply because, one, they want to have access to some of the programs like the Diamond markets and all that, or they want to do something to their food to kind of pull a prank of some kind. But in my opinion, you just don't pick up those orders. Your time is more valuable doing other orders that pay better. However, in the clip, user DoorDash Tips 2, the TikTok creator and DoorDash driver, goes about repaying customers who don't give him a tip another way. He eats their food. I'm going to leave his TikTok as well as his profile in the description so you can develop your own opinions on the subject. I'm going to be honest, this guy usually has been nothing short of a quality driver. In fact, most of the time, what he'll do is actually take a recording of all of the no-tip customers on like a Chipotle shelf or a Wingstop shelf or even at McDonald's, and he'll record that video and he'll post that and say, hey, this is what happens, and he'll kind of make a PSA on the subject. But no, in this case, he's eating other people's food. I'm a little shocked that he did that. I don't justify it. I don't do anything like that. I'm just shocked. In the video, the TikToker opens a red foil bag containing the order as he speaks to the camera. DoorDash customer only tipped $1. Let's see what he got at Arby's, huh? At DoorDash Tips 2 says, beef and cheddar, he got the French dip and crinkle fries. Oh man, that's my favorite. Oh, that's pretty messed up, man. Like, come on. You don't eat other people's food. He then grabs what looks like a French fry from the bag and begins eating it. Thank you, $1 tipper. Peace. He concludes, pointing to the camera. According to WGN Chicago, 80% of surveyed DoorDash delivery drivers admitted to snacking on some food that the customers have purchased through the application. But there were other confessions made by couriers in the survey. 23% of drivers had admitted to deliberately damaging the packages/items they were hired to deliver, while 9% say they have urinated on or near the customer's house. Lastly, 17% outright admitted to stealing packages intended for someone else. Okay, first off, that poll that they're speaking of, only 500 delivery drivers were actually surveyed. The legitimacy of that survey is garbage. Second, why are these the random things that you're asking drivers if they do? Oh, if they urinated on or near a customer's house. That's just weird. Who are you getting to answer these questions? And how do you even know if they're being honest? honest with you. But that being said, is it safe to assume that people would say these things just because they were being surveyed about it? As long as they remain anonymous, they could say whatever they want. DoorDash Tips 2 isn't the only delivery driver who has expressed concern over being underpaid on social media, and legislation is underway in certain parts of the country to ensure that delivery drivers are receiving a guaranteed payout for their services. The state of New York is currently working on a law that would see employees for food delivery services to earn a minimum wage of $23.82 an hour by the year 2025. Seattle has also passed an initiative that guarantees food service delivery workers to earn a $17.27 an hour minimum wage while they're on the job. Okay, let's be very clear about this subject. We are not employees. We are independent contractors. As much as we are not getting a guaranteed payout, because we are not getting a guaranteed payout, we have more upswing in terms of how much we can actually make. Expecting a minimum wage is a little ridiculous right now, especially with the economy the way it is. DoorDash Tips 2 video still sparked debate among viewers who discussed the idea of tipping before receiving their meal. It's called no tip, no trip for a reason. If you don't tip initially, you're not getting your food. Whether that is through a dirty dasher eating your food or the concept of someone just not picking it up. If you don't want to tip your driver, you're just not getting your food. It's that simple. Tips before getting food is crazy, one user wrote. The TikToker replied, no tip, no food. You see, anybody who says tip after service is total garbage. The people who typically tip after service are the people who also tipped before. People who don't tip before service don't tip at all, in most cases. Are there some exceptions? Very few and far between. And the people who claim that they do are gaslighting you into believing that, so do not ever take an order that doesn't have a tip on it. It's unreasonable. Another thought that the ire the TikToker was displaying was misplaced. It is misplaced, 100%. If that's the way you're gonna be, you shouldn't be picking up that order. It's really that simple. Bro, don't you choose the orders you take and see the tip before picking it up? One user asked, noting that DoorDash drivers are able to see the pay and tip they'll receive before accepting an order. Okay, that's partially accurate. There is a hidden tip system in place, but we can basically tell when we're not getting a tip. If all we're seeing is the equivalent to what the base pay would be in that area, then we know we're not getting tipped. So therefore, no tip, no trip. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. Honestly, I'm really disappointed that this guy ended up doing that. Does it surprise me? I mean, not necessarily. I mean, I feel like he's always been a no tip, no trip advocate. I feel like this has a possibility of being staged to make a point, but honestly, it's a little surprising because I thought that this guy was doing good work and showing what happens when you don't tip your driver. I really hope this is staged, to be honest with you, because yes, this does happen, but this guy doing it, it feels like someone that I saw as a quality driver turned out to not be a quality driver. That's personally painful for me. Also, these surveys that people do, they were talking about a survey they did in Chicago. In my opinion, they're always skewed in such a way to where you almost feel like this is almost designed to make drivers look bad, to paint a certain narrative, to make it seem like we're these terrible people when, newsflash, no, we're freaking not. But in any case, if you see that you're getting a no-tip order, just decline it. You don't need the headache of dealing with a customer that is going to treat you poorly. You don't need the headache of trying to do orders that lose you money instead of make you money. And overall, make as much money as you can in the gig economy, man. Because yes, we should be being paid better. And it's gotten so bad to where some states are fighting it. But in reality, any way that the states or even any government of any kind is going to fight it is not going to be in our best interest. It's going to be in the best interest of the state or the federal government or really whoever. Just make sure you're doing what's best for you, not what's best for the company or the customer on a financial standpoint, because you should only be working with customers that tip well and treat you well. And then make sure that they get a quality service. Don't be the guy that eats other people's food because they didn't tip you well. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!